Absolutely shocking. That's the only way to describe what just happened to the New England Patriots. A team that's been grinding through a major rebuild, trying to reclaim its place among the NFL elite, just got hit with what feels like a completely undeserved uppercut, and it came straight from a national ranking list. Let's talk about it, because this is wild. Over the course of this offseason, New England has been busy, from revamping parts of the roster to refining its approach to the upcoming campaign. Every decision has felt like it's moving in the right direction, but none, absolutely none, have stood out as much as the return of Josh McDaniels. A familiar face, a proven mind, and let's be honest, one of the key architects behind the Patriots' dynasty years. This isn't just a nostalgic hire. This is a calculated, strategic move to bring one of the most accomplished offensive minds back into the building. Let's not forget, this is McDaniels' third stint with the team. In the past, he's helped orchestrate 3 Super Bowl victories as offensive coordinator, and he has 3 more rings from his days as a positional coach under Bill Belichick. 6 Super Bowl titles. That's not a footnote, that's a legacy. And while his head coaching ventures didn't go as planned, his resume as an offensive coordinator is virtually untouchable. So when NBC Sports decided to rank all the offensive coordinators in the NFL, you'd think McDaniels' name would be among the very top. I mean, logically, it makes sense, right? We're talking about someone who didn't just draw up plays. He played chess while most others were playing checkers, especially during New England's golden years. But when the rankings dropped, what did we see? Not best of the best. Not even elite. Josh McDaniels wasn't placed among the wizards, the geniuses, or the masterminds of the league. He was thrown down the list with labels like unknown or on the hot seat, in tiers that are meant for unproven commodities and question marks, not someone with 6 rings. That's where the sucker punch comes in. Nobody saw this coming, not fans, not analysts, and certainly not anyone who's followed McDaniels' work over the last 2 decades. The man's resume speaks for itself, and yet, it's like it was completely ignored. Let's break it down even further. In that best of the best tier, we saw names like Sean McVay, Kyle Shanahan, and Andy Reid. And yes, no disrespect to any of them, they've each earned a spot at the table. But take a step back and look at the facts. McVay has 1 Super Bowl ring. Shanahan has been to the big game, sure, but has yet to win one. Andy Reid has had success, yes, multiple championships with Kansas City, and certainly deserves his spot. But McDaniels, he's got double, even triple the hardware, and somehow he's being ranked behind coordinators who haven't even sniffed a Lombardi trophy. It gets worse. As we scroll through the so-called wizard tier, it becomes even more baffling. There are names on that list who haven't led a top offense, haven't called plays in meaningful playoff games, and haven't even had the opportunity to prove themselves under real pressure. Yet, here they are, ranked ahead of Josh McDaniels. One name that really jumps out is Ben Johnson. Now, let's give credit where it's due. Johnson has shown promise in Detroit, helped the Lions reach back-to-back division titles, and even made it to an NFC championship game, but he hasn't been to a Super Bowl. He hasn't won a conference championship. He hasn't even held a head coaching job, and still, he's placed higher than McDaniels. That just doesn't add up. It's not just unfair, it's flat-out disrespectful. When you compare the resumes, the accomplishments, and the experience levels, this ranking starts to look more like clickbait than credible analysis. It's as if whoever made the list completely overlooked everything McDaniels has accomplished. All the systems he's installed, all the quarterbacks he's developed, all the pressure moments he's navigated. It's not just wrong, it's laughable. And this isn't just about Josh McDaniels getting his feelings hurt. This kind of misranking has ripple effects. It shapes narratives. It fuels talking heads. It gives ammunition to doubters. But more than anything, it reveals just how little some of these so-called experts actually pay attention to the game's deeper layers. It's easy to glance at win-loss records or highlight reels. It's a lot harder to evaluate the actual impact a coordinator has on a team's structure, rhythm, and ability to adapt, and McDaniels has consistently delivered in those areas. Sure, critics love to bring up his failed head coaching stints, fair enough. But let's be real, head coaching success is about more than football knowledge. It's about timing, culture, front office dynamics, and often, sheer luck. McDaniels didn't finish out to full seasons in either of his head coaching opportunities. And in both situations, there were larger organizational issues at play. You can't hang that entirely on him. It's a different beast. Being a head coach doesn't always translate to being a great coordinator and vice versa. But in McDaniel's case, he has already proven, time and again, that he thrives when he's focused solely on offensive scheming and execution, and let's not forget who he worked with. We're talking about coordinating offenses. Led by Tom Brady, arguably the greatest quarterback in NFL history. And that's not just about having a superstar at your disposal. It's about knowing how to maximize his talents, how to build an offense that complements his strengths, how to keep defenses guessing even when everyone knows who's under center. McDaniels didn't just ride Brady's coattails. He helped build a system that turned New England into a perennial contender. Some might argue that the NFL has changed, that the modern game has evolved past what McDaniels was doing during those championship years. But here's the thing, McDaniels has evolved too. He's adapted. His systems have grown more dynamic, more creative. And with the pieces New England is putting together right now, especially under a new coaching structure, there's a real chance we're going to see his brilliance on full display once again. And yet, someone really ranked Brian Daboll one spot behind McDaniels on that list. Let that sink in for a second. Again, no hate to Daboll, but that comparison alone tells you everything you need to know about how skewed this ranking is. Daboll had a promising year with the Giants, yes, but to suggest that his body of work even comes close to what McDaniels has accomplished, that's just wild. This kind of oversight isn't just a minor error. It's a clear reflection of how lazy some of this analysis has become. It's like throwing darts at a board without even looking at the numbers, the film, or the history. These lists aren't harmless. They feed into broader narratives that shape how coaches are perceived across the league, and even how they're treated internally within organizations. But here's the silver lining. Rankings don't define careers. What happens on the field does. And McDaniels now has a chance to remind everyone of what he brings to the table. With New England working to develop young talent, potentially transitioning into a new era at quarterback, and building a fresh identity on offense, this is McDaniels' moment. If history is any indication, he's going to rise to the occasion, and when he does, everyone who doubted him is going to have no choice but to take notice. So yeah, maybe it was a sucker punch, but if there's one thing we know about this guy, and about this team, it's that they don't stay down for long. And now, with that chip on his shoulder, you better believe McDaniels is going to come out swinging. Let me know where you would rank Josh McDaniels on that list, because I know where I stand, and it's nowhere near the bottom. Switching gears, let's talk about something else that raised eyebrows, this whole Drake May comparison mess. Now, to be clear, rookie evaluations are always tricky. Analysts try to project what these young quarterbacks will become based on limited tape, a few combined metrics, and whatever narratives they feel like attaching to them. But the recent player comparison thrown at Drake May, downright ridiculous. So here's the premise. A national media outlet decided to rank rookie quarterbacks by their best case and worst case NFL comparisons. Not the worst idea, in theory, but the execution was laughable for May. The comp at his floor, his absolute worst version, was Daniel Jones. Let that sink in. The media took one of the most physically gifted QBs in this class, a guy with top-tier arm strength, solid mechanics, mobility, and sharp competitiveness, and decided that at his worst, he's Daniel Jones. That's not just lazy, that's borderline insulting. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to Patriots Hub and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our New England Patriots, and don't be shy, share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Foxborough has been buzzing with whispers over the past few days, and the latest rumor shaking up the Patriots locker room suggests internal tension between the key veterans. According to sources close to the situation, safety Kyle Dugger has reportedly expressed his unwillingness to share the field or even the locker room with tight end Hunter Henry moving forward. While no official statements have been released by the team or the players, the murmurings have been growing louder, raising eyebrows around the league. Dugger, who has steadily grown into one of the anchors of the Patriots' defense, is known for his physicality and intense demeanor. Henry, on the other hand, has been a consistent presence on offense and a respected voice among teammates since his arrival in Foxborough. On the surface, the two veterans seem to coexist without issue. However, insiders suggest that behind the scenes, the relationship has soured to the point where Dugger may be drawing a line in the sand. What could be the root of this reported rift? Some believe it may stem from a series of practice field confrontations or philosophical differences regarding leadership within the team. Others speculate that a personal disagreement off the field could be fueling the discord. Whatever the cause, The reported fallout could place head coach Jerod Mayo and the Patriots front office in a difficult position ahead of training camp. While it's too early to tell if this situation will escalate into a trade request or locker room shakeup, the implications are hard to ignore. With both players playing pivotal roles on opposite sides of the ball, any lingering tension could disrupt the already fragile chemistry of a team in transition. As the Patriots continue rebuilding under a new era, managing egos and maintaining harmony could prove just as important as any on-field strategy. For now, fans and analysts alike will keep a close eye on the developments in Foxborough. If there's truth to the rumor, the Patriots may have to make a tough decision sooner than expected. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our New England Patriots, be sure to subscribe to Patriots Hub and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.